I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna hit the record button. Let's get into this video about Wayno, about BobbyShmurda. Let's talk, bruh. One of the legends himself, Mr. Wayno himself, bro. Let's do it. Let's go. So let's go ahead and get started. Y'all know what time it is. Yo, right here. Right here in the small box. Right here in the small box. Welcome back to Single Seater Reactions, only on the Flex My Network. I'm Flex. Welcome back to the channel. We're here with Wayno. It's been a minute. I ain't gonna lie to you, but we back. Don't even worry about it. So this video is titled BobbyShmurda's Low Ticket Sales is a Lesson. I'll do it myself. Salute to Wayno forever and always, bro. We love the content that you do. I scrolled up and I read some of it. Y'all got me confused as hell, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, look, make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe to the video, drop a comment down below, let me know what's about the reaction. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when I go live or when I drop my videos. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started now. Let's go. Let's see what's up.
What's poppin'? Welcome back to I'll Do It Myself. Today we talking about BobbyShmurda and this whole tour situation that he had. When I first seen the news, I was saying to myself, BobbyShmurda doing a tour, it didn't make sense to me. And that's not no slight to Bobby. Reason why it didn't make sense to me is because I never seen an actual BobbyShmurda show. I've seen him pop out on people's shows. I've seen him come out and do a record or two with the people may know from him, but an actual show and a tour, it didn't make sense to me off rip. So BobbyShmurda, you know, Rowdy Rebel, GS9, everything that they was doing, let's keep in mind, this is 11 years ago. 11 years ago when Hot Nigga came out. Hot Nigga came out in 2014. You know what I'm saying? Computers, all of that. That's 11 years ago. Now, they went to prison for a few...
Wait. How long ago did that song come out?
Everything that they was doing, let's keep in mind, this is 11 years ago. 11 years ago.
Charles? Tiff, you gotta send me a video name. At least give me the title of the video, and then I'll check it out after. Give me the title of the video, I'll check it out. Don't worry, I got you. But you gotta send me that title though, and I'll go check it out. I'll literally search it up while I'm reacting to this.
When Hot Nigga came out. Hot Nigga came out in 2014.
That's crazy.
I'm saying computers, all of that. That's 11 years ago. Now, they went to prison for a few years. They went to prison for like, what, 7 years, I believe, each of them. Went to prison for about 7 years, Bobby and Rowdy. And when they came home, everybody had these high hopes. But one thing I'm going to tell y'all that people always said behind the scenes as far as like music people, they will always say, yo, Bobby not an artist. And I used to be like, what y'all mean? Because I've never personally met BobbyShmurda ever in my life. I did enjoy some of his music, but they used to always say like, yo, Bobby, he don't have a lot of like songs, or the expectations that they had for him never really met. And I was like, wow, because Bobby at the time when he came out of New York, he made the song Hot Nigga. It's a song of him rapping, I think like maybe 40 bars. There's no hook to it. The dance, this is that first peak we get out of virality, right? Like if TikTok would have been out when BobbyShmurda had Hot Nigga, it'd be 2 times.
All right, Tiff, I found it. I still want to react to this one. Because like I'm a fan of Wayno's content, so I'm gonna still react to this one, but we're gonna do that one right after, so don't worry.
It's bigger of a song than it actually is, and it's a pretty big song. Now, the assumption that
he's right about if Hot Nigga was on TikTok at the time, it would have took off.
Average person sees when they look at a BobbyShmurda, and I think it comes from numbers, right? This is the same thing that Russ was talking about, and we spoke about it on the episode yesterday, is when you see...
I wanted to watch. I forgot. That's another one I wanted to watch. For the music segment tomorrow, we'll save that.
See numbers and you see the notoriety that he has, you would think, oh, nah. If you don't know anything about shows, you would think that he sells shows. Now, I think that there's a lot of miscommunication and misinformation on everybody's parts, even from a promoter standpoint. Any promoter, and again, BobbyShmurda, this ain't no slight to him, but any promoter that think that they could sell a BobbyShmurda tour was finessing from the get-go.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But the guy who he's going back and forth with, he started firing back at Bobby, and that's something that we usually don't see unless it's Bobby and Youngboy. We see in that situation. But Bobby, I want to go back to, you know, him coming out of prison. Now, for me, had I been working with an artist like a Bobby and a Rowdy and been a part of their situation, I would have had a Netflix documentary off the rip. We'd have been filming prior. We'd have been filming everything from their mothers, whomever's in their family. Like their moment. And remember, I said, man, a lot of people ain't one-hit wonders. They just moment wonders, right? Or just people who have moments.
That's a good point. People have moments, not necessarily have a hit song, you know?
Their moment is cemented in hip hop because just specifically New York. Just look at New York for instance, right? If you look at New York at that time, young artists coming out, they had the biggest wave. The only other artist at that time that was making a splash was what's his name? Troy Ave, right? And no, of course you had Pro Era and the Beast Coast and all of them, and they was doing their thing. But BobbyShmurda had found a way to capitalize off of commercial success with a street record with no structure. Like, let's keep it 100. That record has absolutely no structure, and it never was intended to be as big as it was. Now, be that as that may, the police was on them prior to that. You know what I mean? They was on them prior to that for whatever they had going on. Now, like I said, when they came home from prison, there should have been some sort of level of structure that was put around them. And again, I don't know. Like, I know a couple of their guys.
That's how you know they just never had direction for real. There's nobody really that cared about them. They just want to use them as like a money bag, you know?
But the guys that I know that's around them, they street guys. They not businessmen in that vein per se.
Right.
But I think it also takes people to say, yo, come here, let me teach you something. But you also get people that think like everybody just trying to get over on them. Had they had a documentary, they could have been eating so lovely. Now, Bobby comes home. He does a few, he goes on the tour, seeing people, everybody throwing them bread, throwing them chains, you know what I mean, having fun with him because he made a lot of relationships prior to going to prison. Now, one thing I'm going to give Bobby credit for is everybody wanted him to rap on the same stuff that he was rapping on prior to getting locked up. And he was like, yo, that type of music is what put me in jail. Y'all want me to say the same things that got me in jail.
Yeah, but then he went sus. The boy got sus. What's that one song? What's that one song where BobbyShmurda was popping pussy? What's that one song again? I think Quavo was on it too. What? The Hoochie Daddy Shorts. The Hoochie Daddy Shorts song.
Yeah.
This man started popping pussy talking about, oh yeah, no, I'm just tapped in with the Caribbean culture. Nah, you got turned out, bruh. Let's keep it a stack, my nigga. You got turned out in jail, bruh. The hell? BobbyShmurda go to jail. Okay. That nigga's a target. The hell?
Like, yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate, but that's just how it goes.
Nah, run that back again, bruh. You don't remember that, Tiff?
Will put me in jail. Y'all want me to say the same things.
You don't remember when he came out of jail and he started popping pussy? Yo, the nigga started popping pussy for real, bro. Go look it up. He had a song, I think he had a song called Hoochie Daddies or something like that where they talk about the Hoochie Daddy Shorts. This nigga popping pussy in the top. No, I gotta find that. Hold on. I gotta find that shit. Hold on a sec. I gotta find that, bro. Nah, y'all need to understand what I'm talking about. Y'all need to understand what I'm talking about. What? Let me see if I can find that track. BobbyShmurda. What is it? How you say? I didn't listen to him. Hey, say less. Nah, I gotta find this shit. I gotta find this. Y'all don't understand how funny this is, bro. This nigga was popping pussy, bro. Y'all understand. Hold on. This man had Dan ruin his videos. That's how you know this dude wasn't serious. Hold on, BobbyShmurda and Quavo. Y'all need to hear this, bro. This shit. If I can find the music video. Oh, it was a Shmoney. It was a Shmoney dance. It was a Shmoney video with Quavo and Rowdy Red. Okay. It was this video, not the Hoochie Daddy video. It was this video. Let Let me fast forward to the part. Let me fast forward. Hold on. Let me switch my screen. Y'all need to see this, bruh. Y'all need to see this, bruh. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh, ignore the ass. Hold on, let me see.
Touchdown, my nigga Quay can't pick me up with a bunch of hoes on the jet. Touchdown, nigga riding through 60 on the neck.
Go move your ass out the damn screen.
Soprano, money, money, bitch, I'm fresh out to the money, I just made soprano, money,
yo, get to the point, please get to the point, please. I hope I can find it. I
put him up some money. Shmigo, bitch, we back on the throne. Ready to fuck up the phone. Shmoney, bitch, I made some brand new money. Shmoney, bitch, I'm fresh out to the Shmoney, I just made some brand new money. Shmoney, your little bitch, she thick, but my little bitch, she better. That little bitch is 10, but I already hit it through. Look, I already slipped it through. Look, I already picked it through. Your bitch finna snitch. My bitch took the hammer. My bitch go bananas. My little bitch
Nah, you don't understand.
Look, I already slipped it through. Look, I already picked it through. Your bitch finna snitch. My bitch took the hammer. My bitch go bananas. My little
Yo, nigga, why you popping pussy like that for? Yo, why you popping pussy for, nigga? Oh, shit. Yo, this nigga popping pussy for real, bro. Oh, my God. Y'all don't understand how funny that is. Oh, shit. Y'all don't understand. That is so funny. That shit is hilarious, bro. This nigga out here popping pussy. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That is so funny, bro. Oh, shoot, bro. Y'all don't understand. Nah, Quickie, you don't gotta study that shit, bro. Hell no. You don't need to study that, bro. We don't need to study that at all, bro. Oh my God. Oh, I got the titles mixed up. I'm stupid. Hold on. I got the titles mixed up. I'm so dumb. Oh shit. Y'all don't understand how funny that is, bro. Y'all don't know.
That got me in jail.
Oh my God. Hold on. Let me get to these comments real quick. You see why I don't listen to him? He's hilarious while trying because you know he's serious too. Wild how he never improved his rap skills ever. Facts. Yo, NK, bro. Hey, you must be new here, bro. Thank you for stopping by, my guy. I can't take this seriously. I'm just being honest, gang. Oh my God. Bobby, the first rapper to get out of prison, pop pussy on the first day. Yo, y'all don't understand. I risked a copyright strike for that. It's okay. I'll go on mute. Oh my God. I'm gonna do it after. Don't worry. No, y'all need to see how funny that shit was, bro. This man came out of jail and started popping pussy.
In jail. Y'all want me to say the same things that got me in jail. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate, but that's just how it goes, right? Like, unless you going full preacher and that's where you going with it, and that's where you trying to cement yourself at, nobody is gonna be sitting here saying, nah, we want to just hear him talk about girls, because all of the songs that he had, keep in mind, the songs that mattered the most: Computers, Hot Nigga, Shmoney Dance, those songs.
Nah. You see how you see Shmoney is in there too. Shmoney is in. Don't let the Shmoney Dance fool you. Hot Nigga is the Shmoney Dance. Mentioning Shmoney is the song that I just showed y'all. And Computers is nice too. I ain't gonna lie.
Was big on YouTube, big on the net, and there's no girls.
Bro, literally, his defense towards it was like, yo, I'm just on like a whole Caribbean vibe. Like, yo, this shit just hitting different right now. Cause you got turned out. You guys got turned out, bro.
Was in none of those videos. Now, Bobby Bitch is another song that it was kind of like a commercialized thing. You know what I mean? It seemed a little bit more commercialized. That looked like that was a video that they did after they got some bread. But even Bobby Bitch, it was like, I think that people just accepted that because it had cut through at the time. Now, a lot could be said about what they could have did. They didn't do none of it. I mean, Rowdy, every time I look on the internet, it's people attacking him for whatever he got going on or don't. Haven't really heard much from him either. I mean, a couple years ago, he was on the YSL compilation, you know what I mean? And that I thought that was dope. But keep in mind that a lot of these dudes that get these opportunities, they artists, or they're not artists, they street dudes, you know what I'm saying? And when they get these opportunities, they are around street dudes, so they don't really have somebody that's building and curating them. And I'm going to keep it 100. That's also not no excuse, because once you know that you're in a position that could change your life or has already changed your life and can change your family's lives forever, it comes a level of discipline where you got to stop playing around and just say, yo, I got to take a shot. I got to put some people around me that could structure me, you know? But this situation with Bobby is totally out of hand, right? So Bobby, he put up this, you know, a comment, and it says, hey, to all my fans, I apologize for the tour being canceled. I take full responsibility. I have to go through laws.
I didn't even know dude was even trying to tour. Bro, you're literally touring at the worst time because all the top artists are touring. Bro, this got to be studied, I guess.
With these guys, Philip Stengel works with Halo Touring, I Get Guap, that I knew better to do business with. Let this be a life lesson to all business owners and affiliate. Don't leave nothing in the hands of, don't leave nothing in no one's hands. Don't matter how much you gotta work. Okay. Nobody's gonna treat your work like it's you, except if you got a top pause done expert. I'm gonna keep it 100. Bobby ain't the best at communicating.
Hell nah.
But that happens once in a blue moon. Because you have money does not make you a boss. Anyways, I apologize again to all my fans. I might have to go through some lawsuits and lawyer fee money, aka the industry most wanted. Ain't nothing new. I've been fighting. Now. Two things could be true in this instance. I personally don't know the guy that he's talking about. What's his name? Phil Stengel. I don't know him. That doesn't mean that he doesn't have any wins on the table. I went to his website. When I went to his website, I didn't see any artists that I really knew of. You know what I mean? That he represents as far as clients. But that's neither here nor there. Two things could be true. I think that Bobby might have put himself in a position where these guys sold him on yo, we could do this, or we could do that, or we could do this. But Phil clapped back. You know what I'm saying? Phil clapped back.
Talk that shit.
And Phil, he put this up on his IG. He said, let's be clear. The tour was canceled because average ticket sales across markets were 10 per city. That's not viable under any circumstances, no matter the artist or budget.
Yo,
BobbyShmurda,
what? Hold on, run that back.
Tour was canceled because average ticket sales across markets were 10 per city. That's not viable under any circumstances, no matter the artist or budget. BobbyShmurda chose to publicly vent rather than acknowledge performance metrics. His frustration is understood, but the numbers don't lie. The problem wasn't promotion, it was demand. This industry isn't about emotion, it's about execution. If 10 people are buying tickets, there's no show, period. This post was a distraction. The facts are facts. And I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie either. Dude got cooked. Yo, BobbyShmurda got cooked with that. That is sad. Oh my, 10, since when? 10 is crazy. 10 per city? Think about that though. Imagine that you're trying to tour and all you sold was 10 tickets per city? Not even half a classroom of people wanted to see you live. It's dumb he even tried to tour like you say. Exactly, bro. It is literally the worst time to ever tour. Bro, Beyonce's on tour. Kendrick's on tour with SZA. Why would you even bother? Bro, you should have done something in the wintertime. That's the only way. And at the same time, like, yo, what does your next project even look like? What does it sound like? Where's your single? Yo, summertime is coming up. Do you have any summertime tracks? Literally, summer is around the corner. It's May right now. If you had any summer tracks, you should have put them out by maybe like at least like April. Like end of April, going into May. That would have been a good time to drop a summer track and let that shit fly a little bit if you had it. And then you can gear up for a project maybe in July, August. You could have done that. No problem. That means if a venue only fits 110 people bought tickets and probably only 8 showed up, that is tragic. The winter is crazy. He got to do something. He got to do something because right now it's not hitting. Bro, his fall off, I ain't gonna lie, Quickie might be right. We might have to study it.
Even though, I'm watching this whole situation unfold as a spectator, I feel the same way. When you want to do a show, right? When you want to do a show, you got to read the room. Now, this is where the numbers start getting tricky because the only place I can see his numbers at is possibly YouTube, and I'm not going to go on YouTube. But I'm just going on Spotify, for instance.
It's not even that he's prepared. It's also that he's oblivious, too. He's definitely oblivious, too. The only thing he got to do is learn how to make good music. That's a fact. Because, yeah, I showed y'all Exhibit A. Okay? I showed y'all Exhibit A. It's not looking good for him. Literally, the only song he has is Hot Nigga, and it's never been the same since. Popping pussy in front of 10 people is crazy work. That's facts. It's crazy, bruh. And you know there's not going to be much girls at these shows either. You know that for a fact.
BobbyShmurda is a multi-platinum artist when it comes to selling singles. He has a few singles that's
I don't like that fact is true. I hate that fact is true because it doesn't show.
That's done well. Hot Nigga, for instance, just on Spotify alone is
Exhibit A was awful.
528,785,900 streams. That's just off of one platform.
Rebecca, I am so sorry. It was necessary at the time.
For a single, it takes, I believe, 75,000 streams. I don't know if they changed the metrics from the last time.
They always change the metrics.
I was knowing about it, but it took like 75,000 to maybe, I think, 100 to go gold, right? So this is a multi-platinum record. Then you got Bobby Bitch, which is another record that just on Spotify alone, 88,519,500, right? Then let's take a look at Computers, because I think Computers just went gold. Now, the thing about that, and I seen when Computers had went gold, a lot of people was like criticizing it, like, yo, it's platinum in the streets. Yeah, impact wise, I ain't gonna front. I done been in LA, Miami, New York.
Miami, BobbyShmurda would fly. Not so much LA, but Miami, he would definitely fly.
Dog, all types of places in the club. When that song come on, it moves people, no matter where you at. But that record is also possibly a gold record. But taking into account that these brothers never had their business together, ever. I don't think they ever had their shit together when it comes to business. Now, Phil, he also has something else to say. He has something else to say, and I want to bring that up. 1 second, y'all. It says, booking agents don't create demand. We build strategy, structure, and opportunity. What you do with that is on you. If you're serious about touring, promoting, or growing your live career, Halo Touring is built for professionals who move with purpose. Receipts, strategy, results. Phil Stengel. All right. A whole lot going on, right? Because I also want to get to this video that Phil, spoke about Bobby on. I want to get to that as well. But artists, again, you see the numbers, those numbers can be misleading. Now, not saying that the records ain't have no performance. Them records did good. But guess what? Them records was released over 10 years ago. Computers came out officially October.
Yo, Quickie, that's actually good advice. That's actually really good advice, to be honest. Instead of doing a venue tour, doing a club tour. Making your rounds, going to different cities, popular cities, going to the clubs. You should have started off with that. Y'all road tripping. Go find a van to road trip in. Road trip. Get that van going. Start traveling. Them clubs would accept you. Honestly, he would have made more money from the clubs than the venues. I ain't gonna lie, because ain't nobody gonna care about your t-shirts. You're not gonna make no merch sales. Sorry. Bro, you're probably gonna go to like every city and make about $10, $20 from merch. And you selling like keychains and shit. Bro, don't even bother bringing the merch, bro. Bring bottles. Your songs are for the music anyway. So it only makes sense. It literally makes sense. Yo, just go to the club. Your songs are for the club. I think I said songs for the music. That's my fault. My brain is everywhere. Your songs are for the club, bro. Tour the clubs. Come to Toronto. Have a show at Rebel. Done. Easy. Everybody here loves Hot Nigga. Everyone here loves Bobby Bitch. I don't know about Shmoney Dance or Shmoney. I don't know about Hoochie Daddy. But the original records are gonna fly. That's for sure. That's the first and last time I ever listened to that guy. It's hilarious. That's great advice, actually, and it's perfect for his music style. Exactly. That's really good. Yo, salute to Quickie for that one, bro. That was really, really good, bro. He flexing his mind for real. That's a flex. That's a flex, no doubt. Holy. That's why I was careful roasting him. I think twice before roasting a man who's slanging his meat at me. Don't kill me. He should do strip clubs. Even better. Strip clubs would be even better. Facts. A strip club tour would go crazy for him. With Drake, we don't need any more daddies. Lord have mercy. Let me keep going.
Second, 2014. It's currently May 8th, 2025.
Lord.
That's a long time. And keep in mind that they was in prison for years, right? I don't think that they capitalized or even wanted to capitalize off of the stuff, you know what I mean, that they should have when they got home. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, they moved around. People showed them love and claimed the streets was back and all of that. I feel like GS9 in its totality was a missed opportunity. When you look at GS9, now, of course, they went through their legal troubles, which that just is what it is, right? Mm-hmm. But you look at GS9, then a couple of years later, Pop Smoke comes out. You know what I'm saying? Pop Smoke and then Fabio comes out. And they all within the same, like, kind of wheelhouse. Then you got Chef G and Sleepy Hollow. Chef G just took a plea deal for 5 years. Brooklyn has had some massive wins in the past 10, but they haven't been able to get a hold of it because of legal troubles and then, you know, whatever they got going on. That's just, listen, street niggas gonna be street niggas. That's one thing that's never changes is the streets. I don't care how much they gentrify the hood. I don't care how many Starbucks they put up, how many other things they add.
You giving the street niggas opportunities to get new drinks. You can't gentrify the streets. You can gentrify the buildings, not the streets though.
And into the
you got these damn niggas out here. They selling on the side. At the same time, they go into Starbucks, get a Frappuccino. They go to Tim Hortons, get an ice cap.
Community. The project's gonna be the projects. The hood is gonna be the hood, and that's just how it goes. Now,
imagine you see a street nigga, pants halfway down his damn ass, go into Starbucks and get a caramel latte. That's a bitch ass nigga.
Phil put up these videos, or he was on live, right? And he had some things to say about the situation with Bobby.
Attention, chat. Wichita.
Oh, brother. Listen. This nigga made a bag off of BobbyShmurda, bro. Look, just by seeing his face already, I knew exactly what he did. I never seen that and laughed. Don't kill me, Rebecca. But nah, like after seeing dude's face, BobbyShmurda, he got set up. He got set up. That's literally a setup, bro. That's what I'm saying. Imagine drinking some Starbucks with a shiesty on. That is crazy, bro. You out here with a whole like a grande frappuccino, a grande caramel chocolate or mocha caramel. I don't order from Starbucks. I don't know these drinks. I go to Tim Hortons. I get a French vanilla or a green tea. I don't know these designer drinks out here. Starbucks, they're literally just making designer drinks. But this man probably went into a friggin' Starbucks, got a caramel mocha frappuccino with extra whipped cream on top, and then he's sucking that shit through a green straw. Talking about, oh, I'm still hood. I got my shiesty on. I know what time it is. Nigga, drink your juice.
12 tickets. Fort Wayne, 0. Madison, 5. That jumped to 17.
Wait, Rebecca, you actually seen that shit?
Grand Rapids, 15. Louisville, 0.
No, hold on. This dude is going through the ticket sales for every city. I need to hear this.
Phil put up these videos, or he was on live, right? And he had some things to say about the situation with Bobby.
Attention, chat. Wichita, 12 tickets.
12 tickets. Okay, we got 12 tickets.
Fort Wayne, 0.
0.
Madison, 5. That jumped to 17. Grand Rapids, 15.
15.
Louisville, 0.
Wow.
Greensboro, North Carolina, 2.
Wow.
Hampton, Virginia, 18. Washington, D.C., 4. Charleston, 23.
Okay.
Boston, 25.
Okay.
Buffalo, 15. No.
It's still not enough, but okay. So on average, it's around like 10, 15 tickets on average. Drinking Starbucks with flip-flops, a shiesty, and a flip phone is crazy, bro. I'm just waiting for the day I see someone get their saggy pants caught on the doors. Oh my God. 4, yeah, Anthony. That is so awful. This man's getting gas money.
Yeah, Buffalo, 15. Columbus, 9. Memphis, 0. Dallas.
Memphis is 0? Memphis don't fuck with you?
0.
Damn.
Houston, 2. Oklahoma City, 0. Springfield, Missouri, 250 printed out with openers and 0 sold online. Denver, 0. Salt Lake, 3.
Wait, how much? Sorry, how much? Run that back.
Yeah, Buffalo, 15. Columbus, 9. Memphis, 0. Dallas, 0.
Damn.
Houston, 2. Oklahoma City, 0. Springfield, Missouri, 250 printed out with
250 printed tickets, if I'm correct?
Oklahoma City, 0. Springfield, Missouri, 250 printed out with openers and 0 sold.
250 printed with 0 sold? He damn right owned the venue. It was a shakedown. Bro, that was a shakedown. They probably sat in front of him and proposed the idea, oh, look, you can go on tour. You can come to this venue, this venue, this venue, and you can play your music for all your fans in all the different cities, and then you can get a nice buck out of it. Bro, that was the, man, if they, wow. Here, Rebecca, watch this. Watch this. Forget the classroom. It's barely an auditorium. This man can't even fill up an auditorium, bro. Bro, they can't. I don't even think this man is a good idea to get for friggin' like frosh events at universities and colleges. I don't even think that would be a good idea. So basically, this man is apologizing to about 20 people.
Denver, 0. Salt Lake, 3. Phoenix, 8. Santa Cruz, 93.
Go to Syracuse.
Chicago, 0. Appleton, 3. Fostoria, 0. Reading, 6.
And that's it, right? Like, you got to get hot. You want to tour, you got to get hot. I'm just going through, Bobby.
Bro, you can't even tour. You have to spend a good couple years of rebuilding your brand before you can even think about going on the road. 2 years is not enough, by the way. You got to spend at least like 3-4 years really pushing your music, really making the music videos, really getting those collabs, really putting in the work in the studio, really putting out some quality music before you can even think about going on the road. Because right now, it's getting real expensive. It is really expensive to tour. It is not some cheap thing to do. That's a whole other business in itself on top of the business that you got to catch up with. But instead, you ignored the original business that you're supposed to stick to, and you went straight for the business that you should have no parts in. Now you owe money.
These DSP profiles.
Did he even pass 1,000 fans? No. That don't even equate to... honestly, I don't even know if that's 500. I know a college with a dying music program that had more people in the classroom than this guy had at shows is crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
He hasn't really put out no music. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't put out no music. And the music that he did put out, it ain't really performed that well. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at, he dropped a project with called Shmurda Got Cash, with Lou Got Cash. 2 of these 1, 2, 3. 3 of the records is not even on can be played. They probably had clearance issues with 3 of the records. But if you...
So you had a project with 3 of the tracks, you can't even play the track because y'all didn't clear the records? Man, these guys are in shambles.
You look at the streams, because I can see this on Spotify, they didn't really perform well. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go on tour, you got to create some sort of momentum. You got to create content. Now, this is why I always be critical of artists at this fact of, like, they can go viral for all these other things. If it's some beef, it's a situation, they want to speak on certain things, they want to speak politically, professionally, street shit, whatever it is, they could get on their phone and go viral. But you don't really see them a lot of times use that same energy in order to promote their product or to push their product. You know what I mean? Push and promote is the same thing. But you
Anthony, facts.
get what I'm saying, right? They don't really go on to do the content that they need to do. Now, right now is the best time for artists that have any sort of platform. If you had fame, you can still be famous. You can really go direct to consumer. You can be selling your products directly to them. You could be streaming. You could be moving your music how you want to do it, drop it when you want to do it, if you understand and put the right people around that can help you do that shit.
And that goes back to the whole yes men conversation yesterday, bro. This is an example how detrimental it is to have yes men around you. This is a prime example, aside from Drake. This is another good example. Because he should have known better. He should be educated enough to know that this is not a good idea. I never had a hit since how long? You got to sit there and admit that to yourself. If you can't do that, this is what happens to you. If you have a bunch of people telling you, yeah, you can do that shit, that's easy, that's light. Bro, hot niggas still getting played, bro. That's not even an issue. Bro, nigga, you had so many shows. You had so many venues with 0 tickets sold, my nigga. 0 tickets. You're cooked. Yeah, they're really lazy for real. That's just a lazy man. Facts. Embarrassing as all. For real.
But to me, this just looks like a lot of information on both sides. I feel like,
I have to say this. This music industry shit is not easy. It's only easy when you got the talent or you got the fame or you got the hit tracks. It's still going to be challenging. Don't get it twisted. You're going to have moments where it's going to be really easy. But you also got to understand there's a lot that has to go into yourself for you to understand this, not only this game, yourself, the people you have around you, the music that you're putting out. There's so much. This is not a joke. Just because a label went and signed you and gave you like a 300K bonus, don't mean you're actually hot for real. They're making you hot by pushing your music and making it sound good. When in reality, when you sit in a booth, the shit is mid. Like, be so for real right now. Like, what are we talking about? Keep it a stack. It's not looking good, bro. And it's not just for him. It's for any artist out there that think they hot shit. Because they going to get humbled immediately. And get booted out expeditiously. And that's a fact. If that was me, I'd want to crawl under a rock and hide from being so embarrassed. The fact that nah, bro, it's just, you can't run from that embarrassment. That's going to be on you for the rest of your life. Literally, you have to use that as crutches now. That massive L that you tried to what's it called? That you tried to do, that you try to make work, is officially your wheelchair. And now you got to wheel yourself around knowing that this is what happened to you. You tried to do something and it failed miserably. Now look at you. It looks like you can't walk for real because your music's not working. Whatever music you're putting out, it's not working. Y'all can't clear tracks. To be honest, y'all shouldn't be even using samples for real. Don't be using those samples knowing y'all ain't got no money. And now you can't clear the shit. It's not a good look, man.
Even this dude Phil, if he's a talent booker, and listen, let's go back to what he said. Let's go back to what he said right quick. Right? He says, booking agents don't create demand. We build strategy, structure, and opportunity. Then at the point where you decided to work with him, you knew that this nigga ain't have no strategy or structure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you knew he ain't have that.
Nope.
But I think that he possibly sold on it. Now, he talks also about, you know, the venue capacities, about how, you know, these is 250-seater venues. Now, look, all of those towns, Grand Rapids, you need to be doing those spots, but you got to get hot in those spots, which means you got to target your audience. Everybody look at these numbers, but how much do they study them?
Bro, anytime these dudes talk about numbers, anytime these dudes talk about location, anytime they talk about branding, anytime they talk about social media, anytime they talk about any of that, I want y'all to understand this right now. These are the same things that I learned in my marketing program, bro. Bro, that's not music. And when you're speaking towards that, that's not music no more. It's not music no more. It's really not. You're stepping into the advertising realm, the marketing realm. It's adjacent to music, yes, but it's not about the music no more. When you're looking at those numbers and all that shit, bro, now you're looking at a whole different world of just, I can't even say possibility. It's a whole different world of work that you got to put in. On the music side, you got to do what you do. You didn't even do what you needed to do on the music side, but you want to step over into a world that you don't even have any kind of understanding about. I don't care what kind of life you live. You need to educate yourself about these things. Because if you don't educate yourself about these things, you're going to get got. And that's a fact. Remember that one artist I showed you? I can almost guarantee you he could have packed up more. Oh, facts. 250 is a small video. That's a tiny bar. Okay, let me take that back. That was me being evil. It's not a tiny bar. I've seen the kind of venues that can hold 200 people. They have some space. And if you can hold 250, a lot of the times, realistically, 250 is not the capacity. That's how much they want to hold. A lot of these venues, their capacity is probably over like 300 for safety precautions, but they can allow 250. That's another thing that they're not telling you as well. That's not the maximum capacity of the venue. That's the maximum that they want to allow within that venue, so they can maximize on their profit. That's what that's about when it comes down to the numbers and everything, when it comes to people in the venues. Guelph's venue can, I believe, hold or sit 10K people or more. 250 is not much at all, or it's not much people wise. Very true. Our bars can hold 300 people. So what? I know I'm tweaking. I'm tweaking when I was talking about the bars. I was tweaking. I ain't gonna lie. In Guelph, the two bars that I know about, they hold about a safe downtown Guelph. I'd say around 250 to 300. They can probably hold that, maybe less. But no, you're right. I was, like I said, I was tweaking when I said that. I was on some shit. I ain't gonna hold you. But I cleared that up. I made sure to clear that up. My point is like, yo, you gotta be boots on the ground before you can even do anything, bro. You gotta reconnect with fans, let people know who you are or who you was. You gotta change your character too. I ain't gonna lie. Seeing you popping bussy all over the place made people look at you weird, bro. Talking about, oh, I'm on some whole Jamaican vibe. Nah, nigga. Bro, you're looking like a chihuahua that's trying to catch a lick, bro. You're not looking good, fam. Come on, bro. Play for me.
How much do they look at their numbers and say, damn, I might got, my streaming, I streamed 150,000 times in Flint, Michigan. And I'm hypothetically speaking because I can't see that from him. But I stream that much. Why don't I get with somebody that's in Flint and do some records so I could build that up? Then if I build up in that market on the streaming side, people might want to see me there live if I get records with the right people. This is shit that you
say that again.
Stream 150,000 times in Flint, Michigan. And I'm hypothetically speaking because I can't see that from him. But I stream that much. Why don't I get with somebody that's in Flint and do some records so I could build that up? Then if I build up in that market on the streaming side, people might want to see me there live if I...
Strategy. Marketing strategy. It's all good, but 250 is kind of small of an artist can sell a smaller bar out. It's sad at best. Valid. It's absolutely valid. I'm not surprised at all. There's some small venues. Like, yo, Toronto is filled with all kinds of venues for artists to utilize. All you got to do is make some phone calls and make some things happen. But there is a plethora of venues all over, big and small. All over the place. Literally everywhere. Whichever part of Toronto you want to go to, there's always a venue. Be creative, bro. The creativity could be key for him too, to be honest. Yo. Now this idea I'm about to propose is kind of out there, but based on the kind of songs that he's recently put out, if you look at the Hoochie Daddy track, if you look at the Shmoney track, even you can throw in Hot Nigga, you can throw in Bobby Bitch, you can throw in Computers. Yo, imagine this. And we've seen Usher, we've seen Chris Brown, we've seen DC Young Fly, we've seen many celebrities do this. Yo, bro, just go to a roller skating park. Go to a roller rink. Bro, you don't even have to perform for real. Your presence alone will let people remind you, or will help them remind them who you is. A lot of artists do that. They just want to go there for some fun. It's also promotion. It's also good promo. Roller skating rinks are hot right now. If you see some of the videos out there, them places are flooded on the weekends. Fridays, Saturdays. Always. Bro, get your roller skating game up, bro. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. It's out there. But your songs they don't always play classics in the roller rinks. They're playing current hit songs in there too. They play hit songs in them roller rinks. Honestly speaking, it's not a bad idea for real. Because you've seen other artists be in there roller skating. Now, I don't know if the nigga can roller skate. But nigga, go learn. And just don't fall. Please. Nah, Rebecca, you good. Just a slight change in numbers. Decent sized venue, that's a fact. Slight change in numbers. Hold on, let me charge my phone. This shit was at 100%, now it's at 5. Goodness God. That's how you know time fly for real. Damn, 1%? Shit dying fast as hell. Anyway, It's not a bad idea. It's really not a bad idea. It's creative. It's out there. You know, all you got to do is just like get some promo going on, letting people know I'm going to be at this roller rink at this time. Come tap in with me. Let's have some fun. Let's skate. I don't see why not. I really don't see why not. Yo, let's make sure I stream half decent wherever I perform. I feel like no one needs training for his revolutionary idea. Don't kill me. Don't kill me.
I get records with the right people. This is shit that you got to do. So, this dude Phil, he offers some more, information on what artists should do. Let's check that out.
You, and you're just like, I'm being disrespected. I'm not going to put up with it. The tour was going to gross over $200,000.
Wait, how much?
You, and you're just like, I'm being disrespected. I'm not going to put up with it. The tour was going to gross over $200,000.
The tour is not even going to gross over $200,000.
But it didn't, because it didn't happen. For a tour to gross the money that a tour is expected to gross, it has to happen. Promoters after COVID got smart. Here's some free game for promoters. Most promoters will put in their offer sheet they won't pay a deposit until 10 days out or 30 days out. They won't sign a contract till 10 days out or 30 days out. That's the reality what most promoters at bigger venues, 500 cap rooms, do, or 1,000 cap rooms. And what happens is when the show ain't selling, they just go, we're canceling it. That's what happens. That's how the business works. When you get to the independent guys that don't know what they're doing, they do a show here or there, then they'll pay the deposit with the signing of the contract and all that because they don't do that many shows. You got to think some of these guys do 360, 500 shows a year. Do you know how much money would be tied up in that if they did it that way? Come on now. Most independent artists, since everybody in here is asking, so artist-wise, would be better off going to indieonthemove.com. Real shit. Poet 500 cap to 1,000, 1,600 cap.
What? I need to hear that all again because there's some valuable information in there and I want to make sure I'm listening. I want to make sure I'm listening. I want to make sure I'm really listening. Hold on. I need to listen to this. This is some valuable information. I hope y'all are tapped in. Even if you don't want to get into the business, this information is good to learn, to pass on. You never know who will be listening, who would need to hear this. Let me listen again.
Out.
You, and you're just like, I'm being disrespected. I'm not going to put up with it. The tour was going to gross over $200,000. But it didn't, because it didn't happen. For a tour to gross the money that a tour is expected to gross, it has to happen. Promoters after COVID got smart. Here's some free game for promoters. Most promoters will put in their offer sheet they won't pay a deposit until 10 days out or 30 days out. They won't sign a contract till 10 days out or 30 days out. That's the reality what most promoters at bigger venues, 500 cap rooms, do, or 1,000 cap rooms. And what happens is when the show ain't selling, they just go, we're canceling it.
I'm familiar with that process. I've seen that happen enough.
That's what happens. That's how the business works. When you get to the independent guys that don't know what they're doing, they do a show here or there, then they'll pay the deposit with the signing of the contract and all that because they don't do that many shows. You got to think some of these guys do 360, 500 shows a year. Do you know how much money would be tied up in that if they did it that way? Come on now. Most independent artists, since everybody in here is asking, so artist-wise, would be better off going to indieonthemove.com. Real shit. Poet 500 cap to 1,000, 16.
indieonthemove.com, and then for the venues, 500 to how much?
Asking, so artist-wise, would be better off going to indieonthemove.com. Real shit. Poet 500 cap to 1,000, 1,600 cap.
500 to 1,600. So 500 to 1,600 capacity. So wait. Hold on a second. So let me get this right. This man sold about maybe 4 tickets, 9 tickets, 0 tickets to venues that have around 500 in capacity? Sir. Oh my God, you can't make this up, bro. Oh my God. I see you, Anthony. You said the same. Yeah.
Most independent artists would be better to go to Indie on the Move, go to these independent dive bars, these 100 cap, 50 cap rooms you can get for free, get locals on there, and when you get the locals on there, push the show, and then you sell it, and you get like 50 people there, 100 people there, or 30 people.
Now all that's right and all that,
Bro. And it's not even hard to set these up. You just got to know where you're looking. That's the main thing. Know where you're looking. If you got a manager, get your manager to contact these venues. Confirm that this is an independent venue that's not tied to nothing, so you can come here and maximize on your profit the best way you can. Set it up, make it happen. You know, start making the flyers, start making your trailers, everything. Do what you need to do to make it happen. But bro, it's not even that hard. And if your music is good, if shit sounds proper, everything's nice, the people will show up. But this is crazy. So break even was at 250. Exactly. And God knows how much this shit costs. It's probably not gonna be that expensive. It's probably gonna be in the double digits. I doubt it's gonna be triple digits. If he's asking for triple digit money, he's sick in his head. Definitely double digit money, but this is crazy. At this point, I wish he was making this up.
that's cool. There's some other stuff, with Bobby where, he talking a little bit reckless online. And I think Bobby just got some anger issues, man. He got some.
His career is probably done after this. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know how you can save your career from this. There's only one artist I know that saved their career when they literally hit rock bottom, and that was Chris. But the strategies that they used, bro, they move heaven and earth to put this man back in position. And now he's selling out friggin' stadiums that have almost 100,000 people in it.
Some anger issues, but I would hope that he would stop saying certain things online, because keep in mind, bro, you got into a position where you had to go to prison. You was in prison for years. Came home, you know what I'm saying? And he still got opportunity. He still can build and expound on what it is that he built. Or even if the shit that he built wasn't something that he expected to even happen for him, he still has an opportunity to make that into something. But you can't even this guy, he said that they gonna run a fade or something. Listen, stop playing internet games with one another. Men do gotta be accountable for what they say. But more than that, get your business together, man. Shit is tough out here. It's hard. Everybody trying to make them some money. Everybody trying to keep them some money. And everybody trying to grow as much as they can. I think Bobby got to do a lot of reevaluating as to what he should do as an artist before he even get into it about lawsuits, about a tour, and all of that. Because that tour is never happening, man.
Nope.
Tour is never happening.
Nope.
As much as we love the few records that Bobby put out over the years, people not checking for that currently. Nope. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole wave, a new wave of artists from Brooklyn, and down south, and Baton Rouge, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And as these guys getting older, you got to learn how to adapt. You got to learn how to adapt. That's the only way you're going to survive. This is how I do it myself. For the ones that rock me, you know how we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually will. I'm waiting on. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
That was good. I ain't gonna lie. That was a really good video. Very insightful. A lot of information. That was a good video. Let me go subscribe to Charles. Let me go subscribe to Charles. Let me do that. Make sure I hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so I get notified when he drops. Michael Rappaport ruined Drake's UMG lawsuit. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. The time is now what, 9? It is 9:25. It is 9:25. I ain't eating no dinner. We've been streaming for a long time today. Hell, damn, that was an hour? Jesus. Yo, that video was an hour long? That's insane. But regardless, I loved it. It was a good video. It was a really, really, really good video. So salute to Wayno always, bro. Always. That was a phenomenal video, man. Anyway, about time I wrap it up. I ain't gonna lie.